Hey, how's it going? How we doing today, guys? Pat here, grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. Let's see. Today was another beautiful day. It really was. Really good day. Just want to talk to you guys about freedom. Because that's what it is. Getting sober, getting into recovery is giving me the freedom to live life, and that's what I'm trying to get. The point that I'm trying to get across to you guys. It's amazing. And again, we'll start at the beginning here. It all starts with God. It all starts with your higher power, right? Whatever you want to call it. For me, it's God, and it's clear as day. But whether God, universe, spirit, higher, whatever, just whatever works for you guys. But you know what? Again, when you find a relationship with God, with your higher power, things inevitably start to get better. And the more you put into that relationship, the more you get out of it. Like any relationship, guys. I mean, this is just universal truth. It goes for any relationship, right? And that's what I'm building today is relationships. I'm getting so many positive relationships in my life, and I'm still closing out some that I had to walk away from, and that's okay because this is the things I'm learning. I've talked about it. I was such a people pleaser, and as I look back on it, I don't know why I was so afraid of conflict that I just I don't know. I didn't want somebody looking at the truth, what was really going on with me. I wanted to project this image that I was okay and that I could handle anything and I could take anything on my shoulders, and that's crazy, man. Because there's no need of it, right? I'd rather have a couple people in my life that I can be honest with and actually lean on when I need help. Because I'm learning. I don't know everything. I don't know how the hell I ever thought I did because I didn't know shit. I really don't. Really didn't. But the clarity, the freedom, just the ability to share, right? As a matter of fact, just a little while ago, my brother sent a link to his daughter's dance recital, and I mean I'm honored to be able to just watch that, and I'm amazed. I mean, this is one talented kid. This girl was dancing beautifully, and I really hope she plays as well because she deserves to. But anyway, yeah, guys, find your relationship with God, right, and start talking to Him. And again, we talked about this, and this is what we're gonna start. We've got enough videos out here now that showing addicts and alcoholics what you need to do in early recovery and the first steps. We're gonna start just gearing this up to spirituality and fixing life in general and the things that I've learned. Because guys, literally, I'm completely reborn in God and life. Right? I mean, it's powerful. It's incredible, and I guess it comes from the fact that I was so incredibly beaten down. As I've spoken, I'm assuming most of your returning viewers or anybody that's new. I'm somebody that walked in active alcoholism and addiction. I treated alcoholism for an addiction for the last 40 years. Give or take a couple months here and there, and that was just insanely brutal. Like the brutality of what I've been through. I think I might actually start another video series where I'm going to tell my complete story start to finish, but we're going to do it in parts. That way there's not this crazy long video. And that way, guys, anybody interested can get a real sense of what exactly I walked through and where I've come from that. Because that's the power of my testimony. And that's what really I'm trying to get across here. Because, half measures avail us nothing, right? And that's, something else I've heard in AA and NA. And now I fully understand. It's amazing how many times I've heard these things and they never took hold because I wasn't doing the work. I wasn't putting the effort into the things that really make a difference to me. Because everybody's path is individual, right? Everybody's story is individual. My traumas are not your traumas. Your traumas are not mine. Although they're probably very similar because we ended up in a very similar location. If you're anything I am, right? But working on that is amazing, and it's literally getting to the point where it's just opening my eyes and opening doors to me, and it's making me want to go further and further with it. I'm signing up for all sorts of different workshops and just getting really introspective and just my desire to grow spiritually, physically, mentally is unbelievable. I finally got paired with a therapist today. I think, next Monday, right? So I start my one-on-one individual therapy with an actual licensed therapist next Monday, and I'm so excited for that. That in the past would have scared the hell out of me because I didn't want to, admit everything. Now I'm more than happy to admit. I'll admit here on camera to the world. There's no more shame, and again, that can from getting honest with God and understanding that, everything happens for a reason. And it brought me to a point that now I've got a very powerful story, a very powerful testimony of the power of faith and what that can restore in your life, what God will restore when you fully surrender and give yourself to Him and listen to what He says. And it's, again, like half measures are of no avail to us. Half measures will get you half recovery. And half recovery it's not good enough, right? I mean, maybe somebody, but no, not to me. I want all. I want all the beauty of my life. I want all the opportunities I can get. I want all the growth. I want all the expansion. I want all the prosperity, all the abundance, all the love. Because honestly, that's what it is for me, right? I'm somebody who just wants to love and be loved, just like just about everybody else, I would think. I mean, it's, something I would think pretty much everybody wants, right? And I've been isolated and just shutting people out for decades, literally decades. And it's terrible. I've given up a lot of great opportunities with great women, great people to be around, and that's okay because again, I fully believe now that everything I did brought me to this place for a reason, and I don't know exactly what form it's going to take, but at some, one way or another, I truly believe that my story will be used to help others because that's what I keep getting told, right? That's what God whispers back to me when I get quiet and I meditate and I pray and rather than just putting the past behind, because normally that's what they tell you, right? Put the past behind you, but no, in my particular case, it's not, because my story and my recovery and my redemption is becoming so great so quickly that it's clearly going to be something that can help others and can inspire others, right? And I'm still learning. I'm still getting clear. It's why, again, I'm doing these early on because I wanted to be able to document when things, when I finally figure out where I'm going, what's going on. Because I don't know that yet, but I do know it's going to be beautiful. I do know that my outside world is going to start to reflect the amazing transformation that I've gone through. And it's impossible not to. I mean, with that's literally faith. Faith is the substance of things unseen, right? And I mean, I'm talking to God, and He's talking back to me. And I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing the healing work, the inner work, the shadow work, and it's amazingly freeing, guys. And it's opening my eyes and broadening my mind to want better in all areas of my life. And not only that, but it's giving me the self-confidence to not take less. And that's literally what I did forever. I put so many roadblocks in front of myself with, my driving record being, God, is what it is. It's atrocious. I had multiple OUIs before my mid-20s, like 4 of them to be exact, and, did a couple of years in jail for the last one. The last one was a high-speed chase with the police, and I took out power to 2 towns, and, hit a telephone pole in triple-digit speeds. It was ugly, guys. It's amazing that I walked away from that, and the only reason I did is God, again. God was there for me. There's no way I should have no way I should have survived that. Never mind, walked away basically unscathed, other than cuts, bruises, and whatever. Anyway, I made up really well. I'm really lucky that way. Unfortunately, that was enough to make me quit drinking because I was a blackout drinker, and at least I knew enough that because I had put many blocks ahead of me that night. I'd given somebody else my keys. I'd left my truck somewhere else because I knew I was a blackout drinker and I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to hurt somebody, and thank God I never did. That's the biggest thing, is thank God I never hurt anybody else. Physically driving. Yeah. So that was enough for me. I'm like, all right, well, clearly I cannot drink in safety. I mean, everybody knew me growing up. Literally, I had my own language. People could tell when I blacked out, and they just messed with me all night because they knew I wouldn't remember any of it anyway. That's what I was told. I don't remember any of this. The night I got in that accident, I woke up handcuffed to a hospital bed and had absolutely no idea what had happened. And the officer that was guarding me happened to be somebody that had married a cousin of mine, and he felt terrible, and I felt terrible putting him in that position. But he's like, I'm like, hey, what the hell happened? He's like, you really don't know? And I'm like, no. He's like, oh man. He's like, I'm sorry. And it was horrifying, right? It was horrifying to find out what had happened. And but again, these are just the things that happen when you let yourself run amok, and alcohol is an addiction. But again, that was enough to make me understand that I couldn't drink. But from when I put down the drink and I get out of prison, it was immediately get me all the cocaine I can, get me out of my head, because I felt that I'd ruined my life, and at any point I could have stopped and rebuilt, but I didn't. I stayed in victim mode. I stayed in survival mode, and I mean that was back when I was I don't know, 24, 25 years old. And that carried through when I was 51, man. You got to stop and take accountability and just understand that, your bottom is when you decide to stop digging. There's no set rule that says you have to let it get this bad before you decide to start, climbing out of it, right? So you can right now. You don't have to let it get worse. You can literally start climbing out of your hole right now if you do the work. Which again, find a higher power, realize you need help, reach out and ask for help. Talk to God, find out what is bothering you, what is making you do the things you do, and find solutions for it. Whether it's, working with therapists, whether it's, a physical limitation, work with a doctor, or get on the disability that you need, or, whatever it is. You know your story, I don't, right? But just do the work, guys, because again, if you don't, you're going to blink and decades are going to go by, and you're going to find yourself just, places it gets harder and harder to come back from. Not that you can't, because I did, and I waited a long time, and I walked a path that not many stay out there for as long as I did and come out of it alive. Never mind, perfectly healthy and thriving. So I clearly feel as though God had a hand in everything that I've been through, and now He's using it to help others. And that, to me, is the most amazing thing possible, right? It takes all that guilt and shame that I had and makes me honored to be who I am. And as I embraced that truth, that opened up new doors to start looking at me. Well, who I am? Who am I? What am I about? What are my beliefs? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses, right? And come to find out, I've got a great heart. I'm very intuitive. I have a great ability to look at people and see the good in them when they can't see it themselves, and communicate that to them. That's one hell of a gift, right? That's literally something that's just so natural to me. I thought, just it is. I didn't see it as a gift, and I just used it maybe in a lot of ways in the wrong people, in the wrong way. There's no wrong way. Making anybody feel good about themselves is a good thing, all right? But maybe I used it self-servingly, and now I'm trying to give it away a little more, a little more honestly, and just use it to help heal others. And understanding that my story can heal others makes, there's no more guilt, there's no more shame, right? I'm honored that I survived what I survived through, because now I can use it in service of another human being, and that's everything. If I could save one life out here, then everything I went through was worth it. If I could save 100, forget it. You know what I mean? I do it over and over again, right? But that's what I'm trying to do here, guys. I definitely appreciate everybody. Again, if you made it this far through the video, I really, really appreciate you guys. I'd really like to try and get these out to people. So if you know somebody's struggling, send them a link. Maybe maybe they'll watch it and be inspired. Because I tell you, it's amazing the gifts that I'm being given on a daily basis, and it's just clarity. It's in relationships, friendships, the ability to think clearly and know what I want and know my worth, and then actually have the assertiveness to stand up for myself, and then the self-confidence to go after it and go get what I want is second to none. It's priceless to me, right? So guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Everybody be safe, be blessed, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.